As long as poverty, injustice, and inequality persist in our society, none of us can truly rest. These were the words of Nelson Mandela, echoing through time.
Get us, Nigerian people! You don't even know where they are taking you to.
Today, as the world honors the legacy of Nelson Mandela, we ask Nigerians right here in the vibrant campus of the University of Abuja what they will do to fight poverty, inequality, and injustice should they find themselves in the shoes of Nelson Mandela.
If I find myself in a shoe, I will try to make an alternative alliances.
I will first of all advocate for basic needs like education.
In the terms of injustice, we make sure that everyone partakes in politics. If you check politics today, you see that women and people living with disabilities are not being given a chance.
Join us in the course of this interview. When you hear the name Nelson Mandela, what comes to your mind?
I know very well that Nelson Mandela was a freedom fighter who fought for his people.
Whenever I heard about the name Nelson Mandela, a lot of things comes to my mind.
From what I recall, he was a former president.
Not just about the South Africa alone, it talks about the Pan-Africanism, like the perseverance which African possesses.
So if you find yourself in the shoes of Nelson Mandela today, how would you solve issues like poverty, inequality, and injustice in Nigeria?
What we are experiencing in Nigeria right now is what is known as economic growth, not economic development. And you see, when you are talking about economic growth, that only has to do with the GDP. Your GDP is rising, but the standard of living of your people is not rising.
Because in Nelson Mandela's shoes, I will first of all advocate for basic needs like education and other stuff.
So if I find myself in a shoe, I will try to make an alternative alliances instead of the Western worlds. Why don't I go to the BRIC side? It's kind of helpful more than the Western worlds.
And then I would support small and medium scale enterprises, and I could work with non-governmental organizations to help alleviate poverty.
In the terms of injustice, we make sure that everyone partakes in politics properly. I don't know if you understand. By making people feel that yes, we are among, not putting them aside. Like for example, marginalization of people living with disabilities and women. If you check politics today, you see that women and people living with disabilities are not being given a chance.
What do you think is the cause of poverty in Nigeria, and how would you solve it?
You see, when we are talking about the cause of poverty in Nigeria, why don't you even first look about the cause of poverty in the whole Africa?
I feel like poverty is not basically lack of income, but like ignorance, and basically ignorance is what causes poverty in Nigeria.
You see, when we are talking about the cause of poverty in Africa, you can change it towards new colonization and the exploitation of the Western world. Let's make a good example by using Congo. When you go to the DRC Congo today, you see there is a lot of illegal mining in Congo, which we all know who is even sponsoring all this illegal mining. Not only the illegal mining, the war happening in the DRC Congo, we all know who is sponsoring it, but it's a classified information.
How would you unite Nigerians along ethnic and religious divides?
First of all, we need to work on the people themselves.
Like you should make your references to the other world. Maybe you are talking about USA, we have Obama there, we have Elon Musk there. These two people are not Americans.
Some people feel that because I'm a Yoruba man, I must vote for a Yoruba man. Because I'm a Hausa man, I must vote for a Hausa man. But it's not like that. We should vote for who we work.
But the Americans use the advantage. They saw the potential in both of them. But so African, we should just try to work towards working with each other.
Do you think Nigeria is moving towards justice, or is still stuck in the circles of injustice?
Oh yes, definitely still stuck in the circle of injustice.
But the problem you are just having is just the appointment of the Chief Justice. In this sense, firstly, I cannot appoint you and you'll be disloyal to me.
I feel like Nigeria is moving towards justice if we do the right thing.
There shouldn't be nothing like appointment when it comes to the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. So they should find an alternative in order to achieve justice.
I believe that we are heading towards a very great nation, and by God's grace, with time, Nigeria will be better.
What do you think Nigeria youth can learn from the leadership and legacies of Nelson Mandela?
Okay, when it comes to Nelson Mandela, Nigeria you should learn one thing, which is what perseverance.
Like we should be more outspoken in what we actually need. So yes.
When we are talking about perseverance is when you are knocked down, you come back you raised up again. When you are knocked down again, you come back again. That's the best element of the Nelson Mandela.
If you feel like yes, I am capable, fight for justice. Not let yourself be kept aside like our youth are doing.
He was in prison not even once, not even twice, but he keep going forward. So
Your voice matters and your ideas can inspire change. On this International Day of Nelson Mandela, speak up and not just scroll.